Hello YouTube friends, welcome back to my kitchen for my second live pop-up kitchen cooking video here at BanDana Gramma. Today I'm going to be making a pressure cooked chicken with pasta, kind of a pretend chicken cacciatore or chicken goulash, something like that. It's something to make quickly. And I'm going to make a dessert, and then we're going to chit-chat a little bit about things that I'm doing around here. Now, the last time I did my pop-up video a few days ago, I told you I was going to try and fix the chat so I could see it while it's streaming. I still can't. So this is what I'm going to ask you to do. All of you who've come in, have a good time, talk to one another, and when this is over, when I'm done streaming, I'll be able to join the chat. To start today, I'm going to make some chicken and pasta, and I'm making it in the pressure cooker. And there's a good old pressure cooker. Now, if you were at my last pop-up video, you saw me do chicken, and this is some of the chicken that I did. I'm going to throw in here some of that. Now, you can actually put in frozen chicken breasts if you want to, and the pressure cooker will take care of that. Now to that, I'm going to add a package of pasta. I'm using penne rigate, and I'm going to add in a can of crushed tomatoes. Now this is a 28-ounce can. I wanted to give you a little tip, at least it works for me. Instead of buying the processed sauce in jars, you know, I ran out of my own home canned tomato sauce, and so I do buy some in jars. Instead of buying the stuff in the stores, which can get kind of pricey even on sale, I'm finding that these crushed tomatoes, at least this brand I've been getting from Aldi's, it makes a really good sauce very quickly. I just add some Italian seasonings and maybe a tablespoon or two of brown sugar to offset the of the tomatoes, and it's thick and it makes nice sauce, and it's a lot cheaper than buying the store sauces. Okay, I'm also going to add a can of stewed tomatoes because I really do like the taste that they give food with the added seasonings in that and sweetness. I'm going to add, let me pull you over here. These are peppers that were in the freezer from my garden, and they're different colors. I'm just going to chop them up and throw those in, frozen peppers. And I'm going to put in an onion. That's chopped. There goes the onion into the pot. And next I am going to add, I forgot my can opener. I might be able to get this off with this. This is chicken broth, home canned chicken broth. There, home splashed chicken broth. Okay, I'm going to add a can of chicken broth. That's 16 ounces, 2 cups. Let me see how that looks. I'm thinking I'm going to need another, especially for cooking the pasta. Yeah, I'm going to add another. I'm going to get my can opener. This won't be as messy. There we go. Another can of broth. Okay, and then for seasonings, I'm going to put in a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. Teaspoon of salt. This is 3 cloves of garlic that I chopped up. And I'm going to put in a pinch of brown sugar. So that should do it. I'll put on the lid. Make sure it's locked down for your pressure. I'm going to hit the meat setting. Even though my chicken's cooked, I think the pasta takes as long anyway. So I'm just going to hit the meat setting. Makes it 12 minutes. It might take less, but I'm going to let it go 12. And it will pressure up and then count down the 12 minutes and be ready. So let me put this stuff in my sink. Then we'll do some dessert. I'm trying to remember to clean as I go so I don't have big messes. It does help. I'm just not always that disciplined. Okay, now for the dessert. Now the last time I made my pineapple cupcakes. And I'm cheating again today too, making a quickie one with a cake mix. I do make things from scratch, but this isn't one of them. This is my, you're in a pinch and you need something, make this up. Now, what I have here is pumpkin. This is my homegrown pumpkin that I had put in bags and froze. And it's kind of fibrous. It's got strands. So I'm going to put it in my blender thingy. And just run it through here first so it's nice and smooth and pulpy. Now, if you didn't have your own home canned pumpkin, then a 15-ounce can of pumpkin would be the same thing. It's about 2 cups. Should do it. Yep, nice and smooth. All right. Well, just like with the pineapple cupcakes, this only has a few ingredients. We're gonna dump the box of chocolate cake mix into the mixer. We're going to add the pumpkin. And just like with the pineapple cupcakes, we're not going to add the eggs or the oil or the water or any of that. Just the pumpkin and the cake mix will do it. And if you're watching your diet, like I said with the pineapple ones, you're not getting the fat from the oil or from the eggs. You do have to watch it because, of course, this has sugar in it. It's a cake mix after all. All right, now this would be enough. You could make this go and put it in your cupcake tins, and it would be fine. But I'm going to add some nuts, and when I put them in the cupcake tins, I'm going to add a little bit of chocolate chips too. Okay. So for the nuts, I'm going to add, a little more than, let's say, 2 tablespoons of nuts. Okay, that's probably about right. And we mix. Now I'm watching to see if it is indeed moist enough. If you had very dry pumpkin, you could add a little bit of water. But I think this is going to be okay. Yeah, it should do. Alrighty, now we'll just put them in the cupcake tins. I knew I was going to forget something as I was setting up my oil. So I can grease these. There we go. Right, so I'll just grease these up. I love going out to the freezer and getting my summer produce that's still out there, like my peppers that I showed you. Let me see here. Okay, the cupcakes are out of the oven. And we'll put them over here. I forgot to put the chocolate chips on them, but that's okay. No problem there. See, they make a nice little cupcake. Just pumpkin and the cupcake mix would be enough. Alright, now to check out dinner in the pressure cooker. See how it did. Well, definitely the ziti is all cooked. And I think as I stir it up, yep, the chicken will break up and get all stranded into it. And I can make it as fine or as chunky as I like. Okay, let me serve that up and be back. So here it is, all served up in a bowl. I'm going to take a little taste. It's awful hot. See if I get some chicken. I want to see how the pasta is, if it's overcooked. Pasta's good. I would say it could use a pinch more salt and pepper, but other than that, it's very tasty. So there's a quickie meal you can make with a pressure cooker. And there's enough here to feed quite a few people. Certainly a lot more than my husband and I. So I'll be dividing this up and freezing some of it and using it for another meal or two. You had seen that I had made a poncho. Well, since Christmas I also made a hat to match it to go with my poncho. It's just a slouch hat with this cute little seed stitch in it. I kind of like that. I made 2 pairs of gloves. One for one daughter, one for another daughter, and they liked them very much. Oh, and I made a hat, 2 hats too. One of those bun hats that the bun can stick through, and then another slouch hat for my other daughter. All right, another thing I'm wanting to do is make an apron. And look at this fabric I found. Is this not adorable? You know I like kitsch. You know I like 1940s and all that kind of stuff. And I just love this fabric. So I thought I would make a cute apron. And I'm trying to figure out which apron I want to make. I've got a few different patterns. These are 3 of them. I've made this one before. And I'm kind of leaning toward this one. And I'm trying to decide if I could make it with the dark. This is pretty dark. Make most of it with that and then put the red piping on it. Or if I might want to put some panels in with solid red. And you see how this one has different colors mixed up in it? That's part of the fun of sewing, is to design things and use your imagination, be creative. So when I get to that, I'll show you what I'm doing with that too. But that's going to be fun, I think. Another thing I'm planning on doing is making mittens from old sweaters. I always collected a whole lot of old sweaters that have at least 60% wool in them, which is necessary. And then I washed and dried them to kind of shrink them up and make it tight. And I am going to cut out mittens and mix and match the patterns and solids. I've seen pictures, they're really cute. So, and the next thing I'm going to do, I've already started my seed catalogs. I bet you're all enjoying the seed catalogs, looking and dreaming of spring. I think right now I'm mostly thinking of another fruit tree. I had wanted to get a Honeycrisp, but when I tried to order it last year, the company let me know that it wasn't recommended for my area, Zone 7, Maryland. And I was really disappointed. But this year, the same company's come out with one that's a mix of a Honeycrisp and a Gala, and it says that one's okay for Zone 7. So I'm thinking about ordering that one. I don't know what all else I'll get. I don't have a whole lot more room for fruit trees because I've only got a small piece of property. I'm in suburbia, and I have less than 9,000 square foot lot with a house and a little vinyl greenhouse and a shed. So I've already got a dozen fruit trees out there, and I've got many, many kinds of berries: blueberries, goji berries, boysenberries, raspberries, blackberries, strawberries, lots of berries, and then I have lots and lots of veggies I grow too. So my backyard is being taken over by my garden, which is a good thing. Who needs grass? Not me. No. So that's the other things I wanted to show you. And I'm going to close off now for real. It says it's still running, so I'm going to assume it is. And now I'll be able to get on chat. I think I'm going to try and download a different program that will make the chat easier, if I can find one. It's not easy to find one that works with an iPad. That's my problem. So I'll be right over and see you in a few. Bye-bye.